So what is a performance fabric? It's a fabric that can repel stains. It's great for heavy traffic areas, easy to clean with simple household products, and stays looking great for years. But did you know that performance fabrics do need to be maintained, cared for, and cleaned to stay looking great? Hi, I'm Anne Marie, and I've been with Circle Furniture since 2015. I'm going to tell you about 4 of our top performance fabrics and how easy it is to keep them looking as good as they did when they first arrived in your home. Krypton is not a type of fabric, it's an application that's permanently bonded to the fabric. And cleaning can't be easier. If something spills on your Krypton fabric, it's going to bead up, and all you do is dab it and then treat it with a little soap and water, and that's usually all you need to do. And for more stubborn stains, simply use rubbing alcohol. Never use bleach on Krypton, as it can harm the fibers. And I'm gonna spill a little bit on here. Now you notice how it beads up, and that's what's so great about Krypton, is that you have time to minimize the damage. So you simply just take a clean cloth. I have a paper towel, and I'm just going to roll it over very gently, and I'm just going to dab it and see how most of it's coming right up. So actually, I really can't even see it anymore, but just in case, I'm going to go over it with a very gentle mix of dishwashing soap and water. Not too much soap. You don't want to get too many bubbles on the fabric, because what happens is that becomes sticky and that becomes a dirt magnet. We've addressed Krypton, so now let's move on to Sunbrella. Sunbrella is a 100% solution dyed acrylic, which means that the color is built in all the way through the fiber prior to weaving. This creates a really strong stain resistance property. Sunbrella can be cleaned with soap and water or with diluted bleach. It's stain and odor resistant, but not stain proof. So when you're removing stains, you may have to reapply several times before the stain is completely removed. But when you're removing the stains, be gentle, don't rub, as Sunbrella can get fuzzy if it's rubbed too hard. Let's spill a little on. And that is seeping right in there, probably because the surface was a little damp to begin with. So again, we're going to do the dabbing, and a lot of it does come up. Still have a mark there. So we're going to go to the bleach. Now the nice thing about bleach is that it breaks down that red wine. So you can see that red just disappearing. So I'm going to do a little bit more. And the red wine's gone. So the bleach is excellent on red wine. Just whatever the chemical reaction is, it just gets rid of that red. So no red wine. So now let's move on to Ultra Suede. If you own pets who prefer the sofa to the floor, Ultra Suede may be the perfect choice for you. The tight microweave means that pets can't get their claws into the fabric, and pet hair doesn't stick to the fabric, so vacuuming pet hair is a breeze. Both dirt and oil-based stains wash out easily with soap and water. If you need something stronger, you can also use rubbing alcohol. We don't recommend bleach on Ultra Suede as it can be harmful to the fibers. But don't worry about rubbing the stain. The fabric won't get fuzzy and it won't pill. So you can see how this is beading up. So I'm pressing to get as much of that up as I can. And the key to making stain removal easier is not to let the stain dry, because it does become more difficult to get out. So if you can get to it before it dries, you have a much better chance of removing it completely. But if it does dry, then you just have to keep trying and reapplying. Okay, so here's the coffee. It's pretty obvious that it did not all come out. So I'm going to start with soap and water. One of the things that works great on Ultra Suede, if you do see any residue left, is to use OxiClean. So I've mixed some OxiClean here. A little bit of OxiClean, lots of water. And I'm just gonna brush it on with the brush, just a regular toothbrush, right where I think the coffee was. I can barely see it. Here's where the coffee was, and I don't see it anymore. Inside Out is similar to Sunbrella in that they're both stain and moisture resistant, and they both are cleanable with soap and water or bleach. Inside Out is fade resistant, and it's recommended for outdoor covered areas or indoor. Now we're ready to move on to the olive oil. Put that down over here. I'm going to try to scoop as much of it off as I can. And that is still leaving a nasty mark. So let me just go on to the bleach. And it's still hanging in there. So I am going to try the OxiClean. This is working a little better, and it is coming up. Now, I'm gonna try the bleach again. This is fading. Now, it is just about out. But the fabric is pretty saturated, so I would want it to dry a little bit, and then go back again with the bleach. Get to the stain while it's still wet and very gently dab up whatever you can. And if it's a solid stain, vacuum it up or gently remove the particles with a scraper or a brush, something very gentle. Always start with the gentlest formula and proceed from there. So if you can do it with soap and water, it's best to just get it out with the soap and water. And no rubbing, just very gentle dabbing. So you're dabbing and you're pulling that stain out of the fabric. So when you're cleaning, you always want to brush inside to the center, to the bullseye. You don't want to rub or brush out because you don't want to spread the stain. So you're trying to contain that stain, pull it into the center, keep dabbing, pull it into the center, keep dabbing, and just keep at it. And it may take a few days for it to come out, but it will eventually come out and your fabric will look great. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you found these tips helpful. If you're looking for more information on how to care for your upholstery, please watch our next video.